Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has officially defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the ruling All Progressives Congress. The governor announced his decision on Tuesday during a stakeholders meeting held at the Government House in Port Harcourt. Speaking at the meeting, Fubara explained that the decision was tied to his desire to fully align with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Fubara's defection adds to a growing list of PDP governors who have recently crossed over to the APC, including Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborewore, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoeno, Enugu State Governor Pitamba, and Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri. For more on this, well, we take our next guest, who is already here with us, Honorable Bernard Mikko. Honorable Mikko, thank you very much for joining us on the morning show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati.
Well, Honorable Mikko, Governor Fubara told us yesterday that he had good news. And the good news that he's now standing on the mandate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we saw he and his colleagues singing, "On your mandate we shall stand, Bola, on your mandate." Anyway, did this come to you as any surprise? And what do you feel about the fact that all the 6 states in the South are now in the APC? Only 3 states in the whole of the South are still with the opposition. Only 2 out of the 19 in the North are in the opposition. So what's your reading of this situation that we are faced with ahead of the 2027 elections?
Well, yes, thank you very much, Dr. Abati. I think Nigerians, this move by Fubara yesterday or the day before wouldn't come to any Nigerian as a surprise, because the major objective of a political party is to win election. And our laws have provided that you must have a solid platform to win an election, more so as an opposition. So you know that the PDP as it is today is not as strong even as a banana leaf or a plantain leaf, because the party became so weak immediately after the going towards the tenure of the end of the tenure of President Jonathan, and the stakeholders, governors during that 2014 convention, 5 of them walked out of the convention and formed the MPDP, which you are very aware of. Since then, all the moves they have been doing, I worked then as a special advisor to the Dr. Bomanga Tuku on policy monitoring, policy evaluation and monitoring to Dr. Bomanga. And I saw all what was happening. The party members acted brazenly with impunity. The party the party emblem became a franchise, for trading and all sorts of things. So we are not surprised if Fubara has left the party today. He's looking for a stronger platform. He wasn't protected by the platform that brought him to power. I contested the 2015 governorship election, and I saw what happened. The leader of the party, after Jonathan left of the state, or during this time, was the first lady then, was de facto leader of the party in the state. So you can see how the party became fractionalized. They sold themselves against themselves, and that is why we have found ourselves today. I think it's right. Rivers people are happy that Fubara has found, he has negotiated his way into a stronger platform that can give him the kind of protection which Rivers people needs. It's not about him. We have had experiences of fighting from opposition right from the time of 1887, time of King George of Opobo, how he was deposed. So we don't want to play much of opposition politics. We want to be part of the secondary, where decisions affecting our state will be made. And that is why he has taken the step he has taken today.
Okay, all right, he's taking the steps. Now, of course, like you mentioned earlier on that political parties want to win elections. Do you think by this move, Governor Fubara will now be in a better chance to get that much, I'm sure, desired second-term opportunity to run on the platform of the APC? Or are there other contenders who might give him a hard time to clinching that ticket?
Well, now we are focused on having a platform that will protect him. You know that the party did not, the former DC did not protect him because the party was weak. As today, Fubara has the organic support from the people. What you had in Rivers State during all this tempest was a kind of movement to support our state, you know, to achieve what we want to achieve. I think Fubara's main, the main concern of Rivers State now is to implement the budgets that have been passed. You know that there was an interim for 6 months, you know, for this state of emergency, which we think that he has to, yes.
Honorable Mikko, you say the party, his former party, PDP, didn't support him. Some might argue and say that actually the APC did a lot of damage to his time in, at least so far, in government. Number one is the deal, the peace deal between him and Wike that was signed in Aso Villa, or at least it was overseen by the president. Most of it favored Nyesom Wike, who was his political godfather. His suspension for 6 months, whereby a military administrator was under an APC government. So how did they support him or favor him? Instead, the people who supported him were the countless number of, you know, elder statesmen, women who came out to stand in support of him. The PDP challenged the decision of the state of emergency in court. How did the PDP not support him? And the APC, which instituted the state of emergency in the first place, are the ones that supported him?
Well, the Rivers people, as you can see, that came out, they were supporting the state. They supported him as an individual because he had the organic support. They were not against him or against any political party. As you can see today, but the PDP is very weak, and they should blame themselves for what has happened to them. You saw how they didn't take disciplinary measures against those who were doing anti-party, and they were dining with them. So what do you expect him to do? Look at the entire South. Every other governor has gone to AP because they are not sure. You don't know what the court will decide, you know, in case he remains there. So I think the best thing for him is to go. He is not acting alone. He's been consulting with Rivers people. And most of all, we have told him that, look, as we have the ship of state have run into tempest, please take us to where we can be safe, so that we can deliver the dividends of democracy and develop our state.
Okay, Mr. Bernard Mikko, I would like to ask you, what has changed? Because some positions you are espousing today are quite very alien to me. Mr. Bernard Mikko, please fact-check me as an interviewer today. Didn't PDP governors take the case of state of emergency to court when the state of emergency happened? Correct me if I'm wrong. Fact-check me. Didn't they take the state to court?
Yes, they took the...
Didn't they take the matter to court?
Yes, they took...
In favor of who did they take the matter to court?
You see, there...
No, I'm asking. In favor of who did they take the matter to court? In favor of Fubara, yes or no?
To court because...
No, in favor of Fubara, yes or no?
The matter to
yes.
Fubara.
Okay, that's one point. Secondly,
yes.
While all of this happened, so we've been able to establish and to nullify the argument that the PDP didn't defend, the PDP governors all took the federal government to court in favor of Fubara because he couldn't file his case because he was there. Secondly, the case of the humiliation. Because I remember the words you said when they were humiliating Fubara here. And I'm shocked at this position you have taken, Honorable Bernard Mikko. When the humiliation started, all the Rivers elders were standing with Fubara. We all concluded that that deal was a wrong deal. Even when they brought in Ibok Abbas Ete, or Ibok Abbas, the military administrator, that till today, we have not inquired how he spent the money in Rivers State, that most civil servants are complaining they have not been paid. We all said what President Tinubu did was wrong there, no? So what changed? I'm asking you, sir.
Well, Rufai, you know too well that we, the elders, particularly former members of National Assembly, which I spoke for then, and I was on this platform, we spoke against the state of emergency, especially the processes, and that there was no threat, no imminent threat to pipelines or to indigents of Rivers State to have necessitated. But in the wisdom of the president and from what the National Assembly have done, the state of emergency has already been proclaimed, and he was out of office.
So you admit it was a political state of emergency?
It is not for the House of Assembly.
So you admit that state of emergency was wrong?
Of course, you know that.
And it was a political state of emergency.
We all said so.
But do you also know
we all said so
that it is that state of emergency that Fubara has now gone to say that the president used to favor him and they stood with him for? That if not, he will have been an impeached governor today. So that's why I'm asking you that you are supporting this move today. What's changed? The same state of emergency that they used to humiliate Fubara is the same state of emergency that Fubara is saying they used to save him. So what's changed? Because children are watching. Values are important. What's changed?
You see, in politics, the most important thing is to align yourself to where you will be safe. And that is exactly what he has done. He, as the chief executive of the state, understands perfectly well. We might be sitting on the sidelines. We don't read security reports. He knows where his bread is buttered. He knows what was going through. He knows what was happening. And we thought, looking at the voice vote adopted by the National Assembly, we thought, as former members of National Assembly, we thought it was wrong, that there should have been head count. And we also know that looking at the insecurity all over the other parts of the nation, that it didn't meet up the threshold. So if he has seen now that state of emergency was to protect him and the people of Rivers State, of course, we will agree with him that he should take a step now. We need to forget what has happened in the past. Let people, like I said before, let the academia and the research people like Ruben, Dr. Abati and all that, let them look into it and begin to bring out all these facts that what Fubara is saying is right or wrong. Let it be an academic issue so that our children and grandchildren will learn from it.
Honorable Mikko, I think that what Governor Fubara has done is a game of self-preservation. I don't think this has anything to do with Rivers State and how things can be better for Rivers. But let me ask you, some people are saying we are now having a one-party state. Only 3 states in the south are still in the opposition, about just 2 in the north, out of 36 states. Now, it looks like APC has already won the 2027 election because some of those remaining 5 in the opposition may still join the APC. So don't you think this may raise questions of legitimacy about the victory of the APC in 2027, when the election takes place, if the remaining members of the opposition decide to boycott that 2027 election? What do you think? Or you think it doesn't matter? APC can take everywhere?
Well, I don't think is the task or it should be the responsibility of the ruling party to begin to try to put the opposition party in order. They are mature people. Most of them have been in politics for long. So it is not for the APC to go to the various states and put structures when the ship is already sinking and nobody wants to remain in the sinking ship. So what they should do, I think they should, after this election, they should go and recalibrate themselves and see what they have gone wrong, and they give us as research assignments to students to see where they have, why we came to this position we are today. So I don't blame the APC.
Honorable Mikko, in one sentence, is this a triumph for Minister Wike, the godfather of Rivers State politics? Yes or no? Wike has won, hasn't he?
Wike is not. No, Wike is not. He has not declared for the APC. Even if he said he is working for the APC, he's not declared for the APC. It's a trial for Rivers people, because the party, the state as at now, is being led by similarly Fubara. So where he goes, Rivers will follow him because he has the organic support. Mikko is doing well in Abuja as FCT minister. And this is the first time we are having a minister of FCT from the South for a very long time. So we are happy with what he's doing. But you cannot say that it's a trial for Mikko.
Thank you, Honorable Mikko. Thank you. We'll see.